Welcome everyone to Chess with TV, episode 300, oh, not quite, 228. Today is March 22nd, 2016. At least there's a lot of twos in there. March 22nd and 228. That's 4 twos out of 6 digits. I like that as a numbers guy. I'm a bit of a numerology person, if you know what I mean. Perhaps you don't. Today we're going to do something that's going to be a lot of fun for me and probably horrible for you. It is Hordible Chess. There's a variant of chess here on lichess.org called Horde Chess, and it's a real headache for anyone who plays it. So let's do a time control similar to that. Let's make sure we have a rating band that is inclusive enough. 1600 and up, that's kind of tight, but I'm looking for a pretty fair opponent to beat me here. My rating's about 2,000 in Horde Chess, and there are not many people who waste their time with Horde long enough to get a rating that high. Horde Chess is where one side, instead of getting a bunch of chess pieces, just gets a horde of pawns, and it's a lot of fun for me, but not for most people. So usually when I have a Horde episode, people put in the comments, "No, not Horde Chess again. I hate Chess Whiz." Actually, people don't write I hate Chess Whiz, because when they try, I just delete them, and then I ban them. So that doesn't happen very much. Good luck and have fun. So I'm playing against this horrible horde right here. There's 36 white pawns and no king. It's rather difficult sometimes to defeat the pawns because you can't put them in check. Little Easter egg there for you, since Easter is coming up this weekend, is that you can't put white in check in this game. It's kind of fun. I'm frozen in time as I think about what to do. I like to kind of put pressure on the king side in this game as black because my queen and bishop naturally point that direction. So let's play like this and put 3 attackers on that pawn. Our opponent is named Zergrusht. I think I can sacrifice a piece for 2 pawns. I'm generally amenable to that. I generally like doing that. You're on camera. Let's slide back here. So my goal here is to drill through on the side of the board and get to the back rank. Once you're at the back rank, you can nom everything, because nothing can guard these. Pawns don't move backwards very well. Yes, we are. I know, can't watch on mobile. Wow, you can't spell on mobile either. It's pretty painful. Okay, so let's put a lot of pressure on this square. I've got the bishop, I've got the pawn. That pawn was covered up kind of. Let's capture here. And now a 3rd attacker. I think this will really force some trades, which will open it up on this side of the board. I like this. He captures that way. Let's do this. I don't like the fact that he got this advanced pawn here. It's kind of rough for me, but I could put a lot of attackers here. Which way should my knight go? Play it this way. Leave the rook file open. If he pushes, I can always sacrifice here, although I don't think that's a winning strategy in and of itself. What if I play my knight? Play my knights to these squares. I'm trying to draw arrows like, okay, my knights are going to F6 and H6, but it's not happening. I feel kind of silly, but I'm going to move my knights around like this because I want to put a ton of attackers on this pawn. Of course, all I'm going to do is get pawn forked once I'm finished, but it's part of my strategy, so you'll have to bear with me like a bear. Oh, you know what I should be doing? I should be playing my rook up and my queen behind. I'll just do that now, and then I'll get pawn forked. I don't care. Nah. I can win this. Put my queen here. I think... No, this is stupid. I've wasted all these moves on knights. And, okay, so I'm going to get my queen behind the rook. That's step 1. Meanwhile, he gets quite a bit of a scary advance over here. But now I sacrifice right here. And I'm in his house. Gonna take some things, man. This is going to be good. So it's basically a race at this point. I try to take all his things before he advances enough to cause me a headache, and I don't think he can even come close to it here. Bishop and rook can both sacrifice themselves over here, but I do want to hurry back, so I think my queen wants to go this. Oh, I can't go in there. I think my queen wants to go this. No, I can't go in there. My queen wants to go this way because I want to affect this king side as quickly as possible. Here I will capture. I think I'll take this one, and then I'll take this one. Taking these advanced pawns is very handy, very useful to do, just because it takes him a lot of moves to get him up there. So that's the point at which you want to take him. Play my king over. So maybe, oh, it's so hard to break through this third rank because he has these pawn chains like this. So I think my next capture will be here because then I can come out this way. So let's do that. It's a little slow, but it's at least it hits the root of the problem, if you know what I mean. I think this is safe. Oh no, it's not. No. It's not safe, is it? Cover that queening square. He just takes me for free. Or not. No, I totally had him. I just needed to not take that pawn. Anything else would have been fine. Like knight here is very good. No, frown. Oh, that was very badly played. Let's play again. Okay, here we go. Let's play with the pawns. That was a really sad and pathetic game. I broke through on the queen side, king side, after so many moves. I mean, I played my knights around like a dork, basically. And then I was like, oh, I don't need to move these knights. I'll stop moving them now. And took 4 more moves to sacrifice my rook. And then I made progress. If I had just done that first, I would have owned him right in the face. But I didn't do that. So that's my fault, I suppose. I'm liking this push, actually, if I can get away with it. Yeah, I think I can. As the pawn player, you want to get your pawns advanced like this, but also kind of cemented in place. You don't want trades. We've had a fair number of trades in the center, but we want to minimize those simply because blocked lines is a lot better for the pawn than open lines. Open files, that means enemy pieces infiltrating you. That's bad. Okay, so I need to lose all the things now, unfortunately. I can't protect this without losing this, so I'll just protect this and lose this. I want to block this pawn as quickly as possible, right here. I don't want it to advance. If it does, I'm going to push and just say, well, that's the best I could do. Okay, so I've blocked that pawn. Now, slow and steady. Now there's no rush to do anything except just slowly advance my pawns. There's a bit of a pressure over there. You should get all bishops when you get your pawns to the other side. That's a cool strat. I'll do that. Well, Wolf, that's a super good idea. First, he has to not resign while I'm owning him. That seems like it might be difficult. Here, should I take or push or what? If I take, he's got 3 attackers here. That could be unpleasant. I'll take and then I'll push. And that gives me some time. Once again, he wants to get his queen behind here and sacrifice here. Maybe that's what he wants. So I can't move anything in that area anymore. Because if I move this pawn, I lose this pawn. This defense is important. So that kind of freezes me up over there. He's going to win this pawn, but I'm actually not going to capture him. Because that would give up my awesome defense in the area. I'm searching my dating site while listening to Chess Whiz, according to Sejeronense J. Well, that's quite a name. That's an interesting strat. I've never tried surfing a dating site while watching myself. Perhaps I should try that. Okay, here I only have 2 more of these pawns, these D pawns. I definitely don't want to run out of those. So let's treat them with high regard at this point. You can see I'm just not rushing anything, just slowly advancing. He's not attacking this very hard, so I can push again. I need to move a little quicker. My time is running low. I'm safe here. I don't mind this, actually. I can actually have time to push this pawn if he doesn't attack anything too critical. Yeah. Yeah. And then push this one. Everything's kind of defended. And everything's defended here. I'll get these pawns up one square before I go any further. There is no rush in this Zerg rush. Now I can slowly advance my forces. Hello, Chess Whiz. What is this today? This, just call me SJ. Okay, I'm going to do that, SJ. I think that's way easier to pronounce. Thanks for telling me. This is Horde Chess, of course. The pawns are winning again. I think I'm doing really well here. It may be quite not true at all, but it feels fantastic. Feels like I'm slowly crushing him with my crushing device of crush. Starting to talk like Charlie the Unicorn. Charlie, why are you crushing him? Charlie, we need to go to Candy Crush. No, not Candy Crush. No, anywhere but there. No, I can't guard this pawn anymore. The gig is out. I don't know what that means, but I just said it. Oh, no, someone's following me. This is terrible. Twitch. Will Wolf is following. This is terrible. Okay, so my pawns are an awesome bulwark of awesomeness right here. Uh-oh. No longer. This is super bad, but they're still alive, so that part's good. The bad part is I don't have any white squared pawns, so let's work on that next. That's strategy 2. White squared pawns. I do not want to lose this pawn. It might seem like, oh, that's just like a pawn, you know, man. That's nothing important, but it's super important pawn. And the reason is that it's my only pawn on this file. You don't want to run out of pawns on file. That's really bad. I plan to checkmate him by placing pawns here and here. Maybe I should take, though. I think I should probably take. I have plenty more of these. Okay, he's looking to sacrifice. Oh, I should have advanced that one. Definitely should have advanced that one. Now I've lost all my pawns over there. Come on, pawns. You can do it, little guys. They're always little because they're pawns. Come on. I'm down to 4 files remaining. I don't think I'm going to be doing much over here. Check and protect. 1, 2. Check, protect. Come on. It's actually looking quite good. Because once I attack, oh, I can defend this. Oh, yeah. It's feeling good, too. Once I attack that rook. Oops, I didn't need to do that. I could have pushed here, which is my whole point. He's getting squished. Now I play here, the perfect move. The perfect move of perfection. Check, followed by this pawn up. See, he's running away because he's scared of me. That's what happens when you're playing Chess Whiz. You run away. It's your only move. Check, check, checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Oh, no. You're only ahead. A queen and a rook for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 pawns. You're only ahead by that much. That must be terrible. What is that? Queen rook is for 14 points. So there's a free queen. That changes things a little bit. He's like, ah. This is how the Zerg speak. This is actually like, oh no, I lost my queen in Zerg language. Wow. That's an overlord saying, help, I'm an overlord and I can't speak English. They actually say that. They're like, bah, bah. Because Zerg is a thing. I don't know why he capitalizes the first G, so let's keep it real with the second G. Should we play one more Hold'em today? Oh yes. So we're gonna go play some Horde Chess, and if someone else challenges who's the same person, well, we're just gonna have to live with that. I learned, you know, this thing where you put your hands out and you bend your wrists like this. I used to think that it's so difficult to do because my hands aren't very flexible, but the key to looking like that guy in the ASCII character set is to put your elbows really close together. Now you can all do this too. What? If you touch your elbows, then you can make the huh face. It's very useful. I hope nobody takes a screen capture of me doing that because that would be very embarrassing. But it's a nice way to say huh, and you have to have your elbows together for that. So there's your little tip for the day. Jura Neck just aborted me. Wow. That brings me to a very strange... Oh, he's challenging me back the same game again. Let's view this challenge. Huh, it's the same thing. Very interesting. And he's spinning around. Speaking of aborting, I find it very strange that you can kill your children before they're born, but not after. I was speaking with someone recently about Down syndrome, which is a sad thing that it's in the world, but I don't know what to say without offending people who know someone who has Down syndrome. So I'll just say this. Isn't it strange that you can kill your baby before it's born? I mean, this is really interesting. Down syndrome is something that affects the brain of a person and causes them to not be fully functioning in their brain. And there are now tests that allow you to tell before the baby's born if they probably have Down syndrome. Around 20 or 22 weeks of time in the womb is how long it takes. And then they do their ultrasound or their sonogram, whatever they call it. Challenge declined. Well, I'm getting this in the face today. And they say, we think your baby will have Down syndrome. Would you like to abort the baby? And it's actually legal to say, oh, yes, I will kill my baby because he or she is not born yet. You can even do this after more time, maybe 25, 26. Then you can get late-term abortions, which is really a lot like giving birth to a dead baby, which is not a lot of fun, by the way. I've never done it myself, but I hear it's not fun. But anyway, after your baby is born, you're like, oh, I see this baby has Downs. You cannot kill it. You go to jail. I think that's very strange. In my opinion, and I'm obviously a political activist, you should either not be allowed to kill them before they're born, or you should also be allowed to kill them after. Because let's be consistent with the laws, guys. If you're going to allow it, you might as well allow it like all the way through. It's just not okay to just have this cutoff, because really you can tell before and after. It's obviously a baby before and after it's being born. So I would obviously say one of those needs to be true. Now, I'm not going to make a statement here about which one it should be. Maybe you should be able to kill your baby up to age 5. Don't take that out of context, or maybe not at all. Once you know you have the baby, you shouldn't be able to kill it. But obviously, we need some consistency here, guys. Consistency is important. There's some Horde on there, and there's some Horde on. Getting some Horde on. Wow, never expected to get Horde on Chess Whiz TV. Let's do this. Unfortunately, I have now learned that aborting a baby is bad, but you can sell them on eBay. I wouldn't have learned that if I wasn't on the internet, that's for sure. This is a new opening. I used to play this back when I first tried Horde Chess. I'm like, oh, I wonder what moves are good. Maybe these? But I think that the fact that I don't play them now makes me think they're not that good. What I want to do is play this. Oh yeah, you got own right there. This is super bad for the black player, which is in this case my opponent, because this pawn can't move. You notice that? Pawns, like, they get blocked in the face and they can't move. A lot of faces today, but it's true. They're blocked in the face. And that means the bishop is not so bishopy, is it, guys? And everything, there's just less space for everything, which is bad. From playing tons and tons of this headache chess, I've learned that you don't want to get stuck like this, where you, I think just nothing to be afraid of there, where you don't have a lot of space and there's no trades happening. Black wants open files. They want to be able to come in here and say, hello, back pawns. Anything going on? Well, you're captured now. That's what they want. And so to have this happening, that's not really progress toward the back rank. So this is good. The reason I played this is so I can play this. And that moment of pause there, I was reading the chat like, people are talking about things I don't want to say right now. So I'm not saying them. If you wanted to know what was being said, you'll need to watch the live show, twitch.tv, is that what it is? Yeah, twitch.tv/ChessWhiz. We broadcast 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 4 p.m. GMT. Wrong. We've had daylight savings. Now it's 3 p.m. GMT. GMT does not affect... It's not affected by daylight savings. But if you just go to the website right up there, chesswiz.tv, you can click schedule and see all the things. Oh, I really wanted to close it up. Interestingly, this is the one chess variant where capturing away from the center is a good idea. It took me a long time to really convince myself that this is true, but I don't think you should capture toward the center like you should in chess. In chess, center is best. That doesn't really rhyme. Center is benter, because you want to control that area so that you can control all areas. But in Horde Chess, it's not about controlling all areas. It's about not dying. And when you're the pawns, anybody who gets to the back rank, as I mentioned this, dies. Just happens. The pawns die. So you want to keep a fairly large bulwark of pawns everywhere. I was mentioning don't have 0 pawns on a file. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, because he just visits you on the file all the way to the back. It's bad. I keep drawing these arrows because they hurt. I need to defend this pawn, so let's do this. See, capture away from the center. So the side pawns are only defended on one side. See how weak they are? They're very weak, and they need protection. They need focus and care and other things that start with C, like cruel outcomes. Because if they die, then down to the center you go. Most people get to the center on the side of the board. It's just the way it happens. I think I'm just going to leave this the way it is. Just not take anything, because I like having it all closed up like this. It's bad to lose stuff on the center like this. So what happens, see me capturing away, is that you want to capture away so that you keep the pawns protecting your weak areas. Because the center is easy to cover, you want to focus on the sides. It's so counterintuitive, but I do a lot better when I play that way, so that's my conclusion. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems right. Hello, I'm so late. That's true. You are. Show's about over. Who's making baby jokes? I don't know. And then Big Nothing says, you didn't miss much. Just a conversation about retarded babies and eBay. That's a good summary, although slightly offensive. Yes, a few people are coming in who missed the conversation about retarded babies and eBay, so they are going to have to watch the YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube right now and you missed it, well, why did you skip to the middle of the video? This is your own fault. I have these statistics that show me, I'm so tempted to just take a free bishop, you know what I mean? I'm just going to do that. I had these statistics that say like average minutes watched, and it shows if somebody starts my video, how long till they get bored out of their mind and they close it just to survive. And it actually shows the average number of minutes. They show me how many views I got, show me how many minutes of watching. By the way, I've wasted a lot of humanity's time with this chess channel. And it shows me average, and the average is about 10 to 12 minutes, which is kind of sad since the episodes go for 30. I'm going to pull his king out. This is good for me because an advanced king means more checks, and checks means tempi. Watch this. Oh, you can't come in. You cannot come in. This guy's doomed now. Check, check, whoops. Check, 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 checkmate. 12 minutes is really sad because that means they watched part of it, a little less than half. They're like, I don't even want to see the rest. It'd be nice if the video were 12 minutes long, but it's not. Maybe I should do that. Just make 12-minute videos and be like, own! You got bored, and it just ended. I saw that coming. Oh, why did I do that? I should have taken his rook. I just lost a pawn there. Well, this is fine, too. Just advance these guys through and check them again. Who do I want to win the candidates tournament? Speaking of the candidates tournament, I really enjoyed, let's guard this pawn twice. I really enjoyed, oh, there's a timer with no delay? There's no increment on here? Oh no, you're gonna run out of time too, in addition to losing in every other way possible. He resigns because he's losing in every way possible. I thought this had an increment. I'll just type GG anyway. Good game. I enjoyed that, and apparently you didn't. Anchovies wants to play. Sounds good. Let's see if you, whoa, 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 this is not Horde. This is not Horde. Nice try, this is not Horde. I'm gonna play Horde. Hard chess today. Did I just create a 3-minute game? No, this is my increment style. Great. So what was I saying? Yes, I was watching Hikaru Nakamura. Nakamura, the guy who touched his king. Did you guys see this? If not, you should check the internet because it's on there. He's like playing this super important game, but it's like he's down a pawn, but it's a rook endgame, so it's definitely a draw. And he's thinking, and then he touches his king, and his king it's right there under his hand, and he's touching it, and then he's like. And he takes his hand off. He actually, like, halfway through touching it, like, halfway through the entirety of the touch, it was like a quarter of a second, he starts doing this adjusting motion, like, well, I need to get this to the center of the square, and then he lets go. The problem is, well, the first problem is that the king was already in the middle of the square, and the second problem is he didn't touch it in that manner at first. First he touched it like he was going to move it, and then he switched to mode 2, adjusting mode. And so actually the tournament director said, you touched that king with the intent to move it, so you have to move the king. And as soon as he moved the king, he lost the game, because that was like, he shouldn't move the king, right? It got very bad for him. Now, yeah, I thought that was funny, because he's like one of the world's best chess players, and he and it's obvious like he didn't bump it. It's like he's like, I'm going to move this. Wait, I better not. And what's interesting also is that he was interviewed afterward, and he said that in the heat of the moment, he felt like he was just adjusting it. And that surprised me because it's a lie. And I didn't think that good chess players lied. I think that was just bad chess players. So I was surprised by that as well. You can definitely tell from the video that he intended to move it at first. So either he conveniently forgot that that was true, or he lied about it. And either one of those is a little bit fishy to me. I'm going to set up this cool diagonal battery here again. See what I can do on the king side. Here we're fighting against the venerable Rondep. Do you guys know what venerable means? It's different than vulnerable, although it's somewhat similar. Find venerable. Okay, we're going to find out what venerable means. It means a great deal of respect. Accorded a great deal of respect, especially because of age, wisdom, or character. I'm glad they said or, because if it was like, he needs to be old, he needs to be smart, and he needs to be a nice guy, that would basically be nobody, especially nobody watching Chess with TV. So I'm glad to see, what do I do here? That it's just one of the three. And for those three, I would say it's probably age. I'll ask him, are you old? Because that would tell us if maybe he doesn't have good character. Maybe he doesn't have wisdom. Oh. He's not old. Well, which one do you think it is, guys? Wisdom or character? This is a real conundrum. I think knight here. No, then he takes this. I take, then he pushes. Then I take. Yeah, that's not going to work very well. So let's save the bishop. I'm going to guess it's character. Do you have good character? Because if it's not that, it's wisdom. And that's a real shocker to me. I find that hard to believe. ChessWiz, what about some commentary on the championship match? Made a Margot wants commentary. I'll save the bishop. I'll play here. There is a time delay here. I'll flag you. I don't think that's related at all. People who flag people have nothing to do with people who have good character. Maybe that's the point. Let's break apart this king side. Break it up. Come on. I love that sound. I hope you love it too, because I'm making it a lot. If this sound is annoying you, too bad. Isn't it great, the technology we have these days? I mean, let's say this were 100 years ago, and I'm pushing the plow, and I'm like, wow, this is a great big field, and I wish I had a horse, so I didn't have to plow this field. But 100 years later, I spend my time making a popping noise. That is so much better, guys. Technology has improved my life significantly. Don't you think? I mean, and you are sitting in your chair, like watching a guy make a popping noise. You are not plowing a field or any of those other things that they did 100 years ago. You are watching a popping noise, which is a great use of time. I mean, imagine if you weren't doing that. You're probably wasting your time doing something like building a house or, you know, inventing some steam engine or something 100 years ago. They did have a steam engine? Yeah, they already had that. Oh, that's boring. I would like to get my pieces into his king side. Let's do this. And then this. Yeah, there's no room. This stupid pawn. I'll just lose my pieces. They're in the way anyway. This probably isn't good, but I'm trying to get it through over here. I think I'm going to make it. It takes me 100,000 moves, but I did it. Popping noises are great. Okay, so now I've got through. I got it. This time I really got it. That's a good move. It slows me down by 1, but... And this pawn chain is really nice. In fact, I'm going to draw that in a different color. I can't quite draw, I guess. Okay, so should I just head over here and then on this direction? Probably should. I'm going to let him capture that if he wants to. Meanwhile, I'm heading this way. Take seems pretty effective. So these two pawns are backed up by these two, which are these two, these two. What a waste of time, dude. You cannot break through a king with two pawns. 2 files worth of pawns. I mean, he could have pawns here, here, and here. Also, I don't think he could get through. Yeah, he can't. My king can stop an infinity-ness of pawns on 2 files. It's simply an insufficient quantity of files. So let's take this one, then this one, then this one. Oh, another follower. Message from Twitch. Bon Pawn is now following you. That sounds ominous. Okay, so the king, your job is to stop infinity pawns over there. And your queen, your job is to capture infinity pawns over here. And I think you're doing your jobs nicely, boys, by the way. Which way do I go? Do I take this, this, and this? I think so. Uh-oh. Oh, he moved that one. Good, that's a great relief. This is a great relief. He's focusing on the 2 infinity-nesses that can't go anywhere. That's great, because if he focused on these pawns, I might worry. But I'm definitely not worried about the infinity-ness of pawns. That's not worrisome at all. This is definitely not worrisome. I am not worried about those pawns, Ron Derp. What if I take this? Do I lose? Yeah. I just have to wait for him to get into Zugzwang here. This is going to be interesting. Feeling complex. This is definitely an interesting hard game. Help! He's going to move something and I'm going to take it. He's just going to suicide these guys like lemmings off a cliff here. Oh no. Oh, I'm going to lose all my pawns. Sack the rook. Oh, of course, sack the rook. Thanks for the kibitz. I should have sacked the rook a long time ago. Watch, I want to demonstrate my king stopping infinity pawns. Okay, I'm sacking the rook. Oh, that's a good kibitz. Thanks. Now I'm even stronger. AJ. Is that the same guy? Take that one. Oh, yes. Hello, I joined Chess about 5 days ago. Then what? Then what does he say? He says, never seen you before. While feeling complex, this is episode 228, so you probably should have seen me by now. Oh yeah, 5 days, that's right. Well, I hope you stick around. Do you see the website up there? You can go there and then learn about things that are happening. So now I just take all the things. Oh, my king can take everything. This is actually fun to demonstrate. My king consumed infinity-ness of pawns, basically. Now I have to take this, because he has to push it, and he has to promote, and then I have to take it, and Rondep loses. Wow, that was so fun. His loss was losing the pawn on this file. Like I mentioned over and over, you don't want to lose everything on a file because just 2 files is just too bad. It's not sufficient enough. So that's the end of the episode because we ran out of time. We only broadcast for 30 minutes, but we make up for that by broadcasting 3 times a week, which is super often and super awesome. So let's go to the website, chesswiz.tv, and see exactly what's coming up here. There are 45 people watching right now. Hi, guys. I'm super nervous. Oh, you didn't see me wave. Hi, guys. There we go. And if you click schedule here, you can see what's happening. This is today. Horde Chess is over. Thank you. Thank you for finishing that. Must Jump is next. That's going to be an interesting game for sure. It's a chess variant that I invented. No one's ever played. And there's a good reason, by the way. It's horrible. And then Chess Wiz Cup 4. You don't want to miss this. What you should do is visit this website after I'm done streaming, and then you can find out more about Chess Wiz Cup 4. I kind of badly designed the website, so there's no links to the tournament page. This is a tournament, and you can't get to it here, and you can't get to it here anywhere. You can't get to it, which is a feature, right? Because then you won't be there when you don't want to. It totally protects you from that situation. This has been Chess Wiz TV. Thanks for watching.